All right, well, it's over at last. Mira's here with the story.
Well, Hudson, after 3 weeks of silliness and a Monday night mess, all is right in the NFL world. The real referees are back to work and on the field for tonight's game between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell apologized to football fans for the job done by the replacement refs.
Labor negotiations and labor management disputes are difficult periods, and what's most difficult about it is you have the two parties, but you have a lot of parties outside the room that get impacted by it, starting with our fans. And we're sorry to have to bring our fans through that. We're sorry to bring the general public through that. That's unfortunate part of labor management disputes.
Well, maybe the NHL and the Players Union can take a page out of the NFL's playbook and strike a deal. The two sides will return to the bargaining tables tomorrow. Today, the NHL announced the cancellation of the remainder of the preseason games. NHL lockout, 12 days and counting. You know who's counting? The guy in orange. That's Jamie Benn from the Dallas Stars, and he joined the Victoria Royals for practice today. I bet Coach Lowry wouldn't mind slotting Benny into the lineup for tomorrow night's game with the Kamloops Blazers. Like the Royals, the Blazers opened the season with 2 straight wins and are considered one of the top teams in the country. The Royals are well aware of the skill of their opponents. They lost both games to the veteran-laden Blazers squad in preseason, but now that the game counts, count on Coach Lowry to ice his top talent.
They put their full lineup in basically, and we did a great job against them, I think, personally. And once we got our full lineup in now, it's really going to show them what we got.
Well, we know exactly what we're going to get. They're a very well-coached team. They're very quick, and you know they have some high-end skill. And you know if Cheveldae's playing, one of the top goalies in the league from last year.
Patrick Polifka, he's no slouch either, but getting to the Blazers all-star goalie Cole Cheveldae will be key. The Royals were quick to score in both of their games with the Vancouver Giants last weekend. They led after 2 periods, only to let their opponents back in the game.
Obviously, we attribute that part to conditioning and you know, part to our opponent. You know, Vancouver for 2 games in a row, they were able to turn up the pace, turn up the tempo, put us on our heels, and you know, moving forward, that's something that we talked about.
About playing at home and making this a tough building for opponents to come in.
I'm pretty sure from last year, even from the first get-go, the very first game, everybody realized that it was going to be a tough building to play in when they come here, and relatively easy for us. You know, we got all the crowd behind us and stuff like that, so you know, it really helps with them cheering us on come game to game.
Well, starting the season as champions means having a target on your back all year, but the Mount Doug Rams varsity football team wouldn't have it any other way. The defending BC champs were the first Vancouver Island high school to capture the AAA crown. Defending it starts tomorrow night. And Mark Townsend's Rams refuse to get pushed around on their home turf. And St. Thomas More, their opponents, are going to have their hands full with running backs Mason Swift and Marcus Davis. But Thomas More has a reputation for producing elite athletes, especially football players, and they're coming to the island riding high after thumping Notre Dame 34-7 in their final preseason matchup. Mount Doug 3-0 in exhibition, having beaten Junction City from Oregon, their crosstown rivals from John Barsby and Terry Fox. This one is going to be a battle. You're not going to want to miss it. It's taking place at Royal Athletic Park. Starts with the juniors at 2:30. The big boys follow at 5. Wear your black. They're looking for a blackout. Victoria has its share of sporting exports, from NBA MVPs to Giro d'Italia champions. But this weekend, an island athlete could be crowned an Aussie football champ. 4 years ago, a friend convinced Mike Pyke to send a highlight tape down under, and the rest is an over-the-top success story. Jordan Cunningham has more with the most celebrated island athlete you may never have heard of.
His is a career of remarkable feats, thanks to remarkable feet. Mike Pyke kicked his way from St. Michael's University School to the national rugby team, where he became the first Canadian to ever score a try against the New Zealand Sharks.
Mike Pyke, he's winning the race at the moment. He's going to do the job, I reckon. Simi Batu closing, but Pyke is in.
Despite all this early rugby promise, Pyke's career path led him to where no Canadian has ever tread before, Aussie rules football.
Well, the experiment's paying off, is it? The rugby player from Canada.
I'm the one who's ever done it, actually, so people have found it, I think, more remarkable than I think I expected.
Now, as the rarest of rares, a foreign superstar, Mike leads the Sydney Swans into the Australian version of the Super Bowl, Saturday's grand final.
It's a huge event. I think it'll by far be the biggest event of my sporting career. To play in front of 100,000 people in Melbourne is it's something I'm really looking forward to.
Pyke was a multi-sport star in high school, and it's no surprise to his former coach that he's won them over down under.
He's one of the best all-around athletes we had at SMUS. Very, very good in the air, and that's a lot of the AFL game. You advance the ball by kicking, by punting the ball downfield. So in that regard, the game's tailor-made for him.
Just as Europe is head over heels for Hejidal and the US is nuts about Nash, Australians are mad over Mike. But Pyke's profile remains almost anonymous outside Australia.
I guess my family and friends obviously know what's going on back home. And then after that, yeah, I don't think many people know what's happened over here. And probably rightfully so in a lot of ways. I mean, obviously hockey's the biggest sport in Canada.
But the is earned, and it all goes back to lessons learned on Vancouver Island.
The values that were installed to me at high school by Ian Hidley and Bruce Kuklinski, which is that essentially that you really got to work hard. There's nothing fancy about it. Once you get to a certain stage in sport and in life, no matter what you're doing, you got to put hard yards in because some people aren't going to be prepared to do it, and if you are, then typically you get the rewards, and things always feel better when you work hard for them.
Jordan Cunningham, CTV Sports, Saanich.
And Vancouver Island is well known as one of Canada's only year-round golf destinations. In Nanaimo, a less traditional version of the game is gaining popularity. It's disc golf. Disc golf is played just like regular golf, but rather than carrying your clubs, you tote your discs. Different weights allows them to fly different distances, and eventually what you want to do is sink your shot. Instead of a hole, put it in a basket. The Nanaimo Disc Golf Club is one of the nicest courses in the province, well manicured and complete with cement tee blocks. They've seen their membership jump from 25 members in January to 67 today. Now, not only do they like to play disc golf in Nanaimo, they're very good at it. 11 members recently went to provincials in Whistler. 8 returned home with hardware.
John Anthony won Open Grand Masters, which is a division within the actual tournament. We had a lot of top 3 finishes as well in the other divisions, be it advanced, amateur, as well as pro men. We took 2nd place and tied 5th, which is quite an accomplishment considering the field. And myself, I tied for 1st place in my division as well. I lost in the playoff hole, which means I take 2nd, but it's still, anyway.
A lot of people now are playing disc golf, and some people get interested in playing it as a more serious recreation, and so we can develop competitive players. We've got a good competitive group of guys here as well, so that just helps develop more competitive players.
Well, the course is situated right at Bowen Park, making it easily accessible by car or public transportation. But location is not the only thing that makes disc golf so popular in Nanaimo. The price to play just can't be beat.
The fact that it's free is definitely a big promotion, and you get to just walk around. It's a quick sport. There's 18 holes here, and it takes me normally with a buddy to play takes about an hour and a bit. So you walk around, play a game, and enjoy some fresh air.
Well, the city does support the sport most certainly. I mean, they've done a lot to try to make disc golf a more readily available sport here in the city, and they really support our club. And they make sure to help assist us with any maintenance on the course, as well as any kind of changes to the course if need be, like the terracing of a couple of holes because of some erosion or whatnot near the baskets. They've put a lot of energy into trying to make sure that we've got a playable course.
I wonder if disc golf is as frustrating as real golf.
Probably, until you get good at it. It's very popular, though, isn't it?
It is very popular, and they're looking for new members. So there's a website on the screen right now. So if you're interested, check it out and give them a call. They seem like really nice people. So good, fun sport. Right. Great way to ruin another walk.
Yeah. Our game can't be any worse than the other golf game.
No.
I thank you.
You're welcome.